Hey guys, it's Paul. I want to give you a Zoho CRM free introduction. An introduction to the free Zoho CRM. I'm going to do this as if you're a photographer and a solo photographer at that. So you're just working for yourself. You're doing photography. I'm not a photographer, so you're gonna have to forgive me for making stuff up. But I'm gonna think that you do wedding photography, you do portrait photography, you do business headshots, something like that, right? So I just want to talk you through Zoho CRM, and then I want to tell you about Zoho ONE. I personally use Zoho ONE because there's so much more to it. It takes your free Zoho CRM and explodes your business, all your stuff in one place. But let's talk about the free version of Zoho CRM now, and we'll just get into it, right? So when you first log in, this is all test data. The feeds are what's happening. If you're a solopreneur, you're not going to have much. You're not going to need it much because you know what your feeds are. You know what you need to do. But if you were a team, it'd say Sarah's working on a quote, or Sarah's working on a deal, or Dave's working on a deal, or whatever that might be in your feeds. So there's not really anything in there for yourself, but there would be if you were a team. Now leads are, in my opinion, leads are people that may be interested. Tire kickers. They are people that you've talked to that say, "Oh, my friend Mary and Dave are getting married," and you'd add that in as a lead. You just go to add lead. Company would just be Dave and Mary, right? Company's the business. So if it's just a couple, you would just put in Dave and Mary. Dave Smith. You might not have at this point. Your friend has told you, so you won't have their email address. You might not even have their name, but you've got to put anything in red. You've got to put in. So I'm going to put in here Sue Smith tells me her brother is getting married in May, right? And you just save it. That's a back burner lead. It's hearsay stuff. Leads are there's a new company opening around the corner, and you might want to go in and say, hey, if you need headshots, or you need pictures of your business, or you might do Google 360 stuff. You know that these leads are coming. These are not people you're talking to. These are people you want to get into, right? Accounts are businesses that you already work with or have done quotes for. So they become an account. So this is the company name. And then the contacts are people within those accounts. So these are all people that work for those accounts, right? They're actually not assigned any there, are they? So this is all test data, but I'm going to go through it all. I'm going to show you what I would do. I'm going to go through every area. So deals are quotes or pipeline deals that you've got in your pipeline, where they're all at different stages. So somebody said, I want a wedding photography. I want you to be a photographer for my wedding. It's a £2,000 project, and you put that on the burner. You create your quote. You create you do your research. You scope out the business, the place where it's going to be, and then it goes through these stages until you get a sign off or you lose it. Again, I'm going to go through it. I'm going to show you what I would do. We're going to talk about won and lost, and how tracking. Why did you lose? Finding out why did you lose a job, and why you would it. Why did you choose me? It's important to know these things, right? Then activities is going to track your tasks that you need to do, your contact information, your deals that you're working on. It's just a quick snapshot of where you're at. Projects, I think, is really good for photographers because you might want to. You've got say a company says, "Can you come in and do headshots for all of our managers?" And you can create a project and invite all those people in to your project, and then you can within a project manage how are you going to meet. I can't think of people's names. So and so in that company, and how are you going to build it? And how does that manager of that company know how well you're getting on? Well, you could phone them or email them all the time and give them up to date, or you could create a project where that person can log in and see how you're up to. Oh, she's done Dave, she's done so-and-so in accounts, she's done Lisa in HR, she's done, everybody in there, you can tag it off. And I will go through it, but obviously Zoho CRM, it's a big thing. Documents is, as you can imagine, is storing certain documents. And then your reports, campaigns. Campaigns is if you want to track, Sheffield United have just scored. If you want to track, say you've got a Yellow Pages advert, you would put campaign Yellow Pages, and every time you got something signed off, you would tag it to where they came from, where that referral came from. So it's a Facebook page ad, you would tick it off, and then if you've spent £300 on Facebook, then you would, if you've got £3,000 worth of work out of it, then you would know that that's fine, it's worth doing. So let's start at the beginning, and let's work through a flow of what I would do if I was a photographer. And like I say, I want to talk you through, this is the basic free version, not going to cost you anything to do what I'm about to show you. But what I use Zoho for with Zoho ONE is, I don't know if it's going to show the apps. No, it's not, because I'm not logged in as me. You can take it to so much more, a higher level. You can basically create quotes, create invoices, create payment pages, create social media connections, and monitor your website stats, and talk to people live on your website, host your website. Zoho ONE blows my mind every day. But anyway, I'm sort of gibbering around, so let's get started. So we've got this lead, Dave and Mary wedding, right? So you would put that in as a lead, and then say, what do I need to do? I need to find out Dave's email. Right, so you're going to phone his sister, and you're going to find out it's Dave at davesmith.com, right? You're going to find the phone number out, whatever that phone number is, and you're going to save it, right? You might put a note in, so it says he is undecided, has a friend, may use him, right? So now you've got the phone number, you've got the email, and you've identified that this is a real possibility. You've had a talk, and you're now going to actively go after this wedding. So what you're going to do is you're going to convert it. You convert it from a lead into an account, and it's going to say here, create a new deal for this account. Well, we know we want to do wedding photography for this account, so we're going to say yes. We're going to say it's a £2,000 project. The deal name is Dave and Mary wedding photos. They're getting married in May, so I want to sign this off by at least the middle of March. I'll change it, middle of March. I want to be on this by middle of March. Stage. So you can change the stages, but we're going to say needs analysis or value proposition. So, are you going to research it? Well, you've already probably researched it. Now you need to get the value, work out your quote, and then put it towards the decision makers, which is in this stage is obviously Dave and Mary. This is where you would put campaign, if you had any. I don't know if it'll let you add some. Yeah, so I'm going to put here, what are we going to call that? I know we said it came from a friend, but let's say Facebook advert, right? Let's call it that. Oh. Status is active, start date. So I put a Facebook advert out to run for 3 months. An expected revenue, I'm going to put £10,000. I expect 5 or 6 jobs. Save and associate. So what that'll say is if you get this work, it'll tag it to that campaign source and say that Facebook advert got you £2,000 worth of work. Contact role, you are really dealing with a decision maker. If you're dealing with businesses, you might You might be dealing with, somebody in purchasing or an executive, but you're after the decision maker. You want the person who's going to sign off, right? So that may be if you've started talking to a minnow that you want to talk to one of the top guys. And then I convert it. So now I'm converted. Now I've got an account, which is the business name, a contact, which is the person who works for the business, and a deal, wedding photos, right? So if I go here, here's Dave and Mary's account. There won't be a lot of information because it's an individual. It's hard to get your head around the accounts when you're working with individuals. So Dave and Mary are really the business. And over here, the beauty of Zoho is you can jump around all over the place and get to the same place. So in this account, I've got notes, which, as we said, Sarah says he's undecided, has a friend, may use him. So when you make that phone call, you might mention, your sister says you've got a friend, I presume you'll be going with him, but, if you want me to give you if you want me to meet with me for a coffee and we can talk about it, then we can. Just little added things. And then you have the contact, which we know is Dave Smith, and then we have the deal. The deal itself, where is that deal at? This is where Zoho is going to give you value. So you're going to put in here, I don't know, loves black and white action shots, right? Sarah told me. You might put in kids are called Mary. No, not Mary. We've already got Mary. Sarah and Steve. Right, loading up information. Works as a manager at local garage. Mary is headmistress so and so school, right? You put things in here, you're putting notes on this person and you're getting information. Now you're going to have the stage here is value proposition, so you can relabel it to what you call it, but your goal is to move this account, this deal forward to a place where you get close one, right? So value proposition, we've worked out what's the next thing to do. You might add a task. So the next task for this, I'm surprised it's not on here. I'm just seeing it in open activities, so activities, new task, right? Every now and again Zoho will just change a wording on me. You just say new task here. New task. Subject, arrange a meeting, a coffee maybe. Arrange a coffee. I want to do it by the end of next week. It's a high priority. Maybe in your business it's not. Maybe it's a high. Let's call it high, yeah. Repeat, never, more fields. Description, need to get face-to-face meeting, right? And if you've got a team, then other people, you can share this information with your team, with your managers, with your. But I'm doing this as if you work for yourself. So we've got a task to complete. We've already ID'd this decision makers, and again, this is another way of moving this forward. So you can just click to move this stage forward, right? Negotiations, we know, with proposal quote. We've ID'd the troublemakers, the decision makers, right? Or you can go to deals, and in this here, you'll see here, Dave and Mary, ID decision makers. You can just drag it across, proposal, and this will give you your funnel totals at the top. You've got 27,000 in this one, 70,000. It's just test data, but it'd be great, wouldn't it? So you see there's two ways of moving that stage forward. But I can say, so I've got value proposition, and then I've gone, right, I know I've got to get in front of Dave and Mary. I've ID'd the decision makers, and now I'm going to see my meeting, get my meeting, and I've I'm going to put here, had a coffee, great chat, I think it's a go, just need to get pricing sorted, right, and save. So now you're going to move this forward to proposal quote, or you just tick it. Now, I use Zoho ONE, so at this point I would create a quote in Zoho ONE and send it. And in Zoho ONE, you also get the always the page that I want. Is it? In Zoho ONE, you also get. I don't think it's going to let me show you, is it? I don't want to convert. You also get a document signing where you send them a PDF and they can sign a digital document to agree with your rules, whatever the better word for rules is, procedure rules, or whatever the quote info is. And then you can request payment. There's got Zoho payments where you can get 50% of the payment online as well. So it's really cool. But anyway, we're going to jump past that because it doesn't happen in the free stuff. So now you're at proposal quote. You're going to send it off. You're going to write a note. Send quote. Received, maybe. Right. Spells received wrong as usual. Open activities. New task or new event. Or you might have logged a call. You're going to log a call and say called. Let's call it quote received. Quote received, right? Call purpose, prospecting, negotiation, right? Call type, outbound, current call. Just called to make sure they got the quote and all happy. Arranged to call again next week for a decision. Right? Call results start. Or in fact, that's just made a call, isn't it? But anyway, it would log the call. And open another activity, new task, subject, decision call. Right? And you would say next week I'm going to call more fields, make the decision. Right, if you haven't heard from them, and done, save. So now in your activities you can see the things you've done, decision call, open deals, things you need to do, lead, contacts. You can see all tasks here. So here's my tasks. Arrange a coffee, we've done that actually. So close task, don't show it, yes. Decision call, right? So here's now what I've got to do. So you can see where you run your day by, what do I need to do? Reverse CRM videos. Okay, right, I've got to do that. Decision call. You're going to have call, obviously you can imagine having 50 or 20, 50 or 100 different things in the pipeline. Right, let me find that lead. Is that, when on my downtime, I'm going to go through my leads, I'm going to go through my contacts and find out where's the work. And keep moving forward with everything. Right now you can see everything's one touch away. I can't show you the app anymore, my phone doesn't work, I need a new phone, but on the app you get the same thing, and you'll get this where you can all do it from your phone, and you open a contact in your phone, you go Dave Smith, and then you just call them, bang, or send them an email, bang, from your phone, or you've just sat with Sarah again. Sarah tells me Dave is close to signing off, right? You put that on. You put that, and you can just write the note in your phone. You can, again with Zoho ONE, I don't want to bang on about Zoho ONE, but it connects to your emails, and you will have down here emails and it will show you every email you've ever sent between you and that person. I love that. I click on it and go, oh yeah, that's what I said, and then send a new mail. Or especially as you might have emails that are not business related all the time. You might just have friendly emails and you've forgotten about certain things. Just good things to talk about, isn't it? So I realise I'm dragging on. I'm getting forward, but Zoho ONE's just Zoho CRM is so in depth. So we're going to go. Dave's just phoned. We've just made the call, and we've won the business. Right. So you drop it into one. This is the column you want all your work in, and you've got your £2,000 sign off. You just get an email there. Look, I think it's probably someone's just signed off a big deal. Here we go. Look, big deal alert. Dear team, good news. If you got a team, you'd get an email saying, oh, someone's just signed off a big deal. So then once you've signed off, you may create a project for that job. Obviously, you would make your payments. You would get them to sign off their deposit, or however they would do it. Your terms and conditions. That's the word I was looking for earlier. Again, I would do it through Zoho ONE. I would do it, click this button, create this invoice, create this campaign, create this project. But you are in, you're done, paid. Right, at that point you might just leave your Zoho and go off and do your other work in your other programs like you do. Then you might also create a project where you can keep this customer informed of where you're at. Now, I haven't thought this completely through, and I've got to work out how to do it on the free version. Sometimes on the paid one, you just put add project. Activity. Yeah, so just go to projects. I'm not sure exactly how the free version works because, like I say, I don't use it. But get started. Create a new portal. Let's call it Happy Me Photos. Portal name can consist of. Okay, just get rid of all this. Oh. You're going to create, so what this is I want you to create a place where you're going to take this project now from being signed off, where you're going to track your hours, you're going to track your status of the job, you're going to, okay, are you happy or not? Personal settings. Okay. So at this point, I'll also tell you I'm going to put this all in some training on my website. If you come to paulnicholson.com, I'm going to put it all together so that this step by step will be a little bit less confusing. Obviously, it's hard for me to bang this out in 1 hour and say this is what you would do, but I'm going to do a more in-depth training where you can really get the most out of it. Industry. I don't know. Publishing don't really matter. Size, contact number. Hopefully, I'll just do that, and I'll be happy. Right. So now, finally, new project. Project title: Dave and Mary wedding photos. Right. Template now. Here's the beauty of it is if you've already done it a few times, you might have a template where it's book a meeting, find scout location, buy equipment, check everything, and you would already have a template that would say wedding photography project, and you just click it and it would automatically build it all out for you. Start date, we're going to say today. End date is we're going to say June, end of June. I've told them I'm going to deliver the wedding photos 2 weeks after the wedding or a month after the wedding. I don't know how you do. Wedding at Olsen Hall. That's my golf club. Photos. Not brochure. Black and white. Frame. I don't know what you sell, but you're just going to create the project, right? And in the project, you're going to have tasks and You have milestones. Here we go. Milestones. Milestones is when you've got to get to a certain point, and within a milestone, you will have certain tasks to do. So I'm going to create a new task. I'm going to create a new milestone, which is pre-event tasks, right? And I've got to be done by obviously May 1st. Who's responsible? And when it says internal, external, what you can do is invite Dave and Mary to this project, and they can see how you're getting on. But you might have certain things that you need to do yourself that you don't want them to see. So that's an internal task. An external will show Dave and Mary what you're up to, right? But if you don't need Dave and Mary to do anything for this, then you just do it internal. Add a task list. So pre-event task, right? So add task, right? So you clicked on it, add task. So scope out, venue, drop file, start date, just add a task. Right? I'm going to fly through this because I know I've already gone through a lot. Add a task. Check lighting on site. Add. So it's asking you to add more information if you want. How many hours, how many whatever you've done. What you can do is, again with Zoho ONE, is you track your hours and you say, like, I've done 3 hours here, one's billable, two's not, and you might have extras, right? You might have extras that you want to track. So you add all these different things, and then you've got a project to complete. Then you might have a milestone, the day, whatever it is, right? Add. So you've got pre-event, milestone, the day, milestone, add another milestone, deliver photos. Again, it's, you're going to put a date in, you're going to put and then you might put sign off project. So you've got all these milestones, you've got all these different things to complete. Obviously there's no tasks in this one, but there's 2 tasks. So you go in and you click off your event tasks. You go through the project, you invite them, you can track your hours on the job. You can create a question and answer forum. It's a lot more for talking to people in your team. You can actually add the wedding planner to this project. So you can add an email for the wedding planner and saying, look, what time do you want me to be there? What time do I need to be at the church? What time? So you can, add users where you would add a contractor and say, Sarah wedding planner, right? And send that to Sarah so she can come in, and again, because she's a contractor, she can see the external stuff. And if you're doing projects with wedding planners where she's doing billable time for you, or you might even outsource the photography for somebody else one time, you can get them to track their hours and you can track their billable time and you can charge them as extra. You might have a helper that comes and sorts you out. But it's going to take me a long time. This video is going to go so long if I keep on in this way. It must be like 30-40 minutes now. So I think you're getting the point that Zoho CRM, you can take any job for free, cradle to the grave. In fact, I've just said that trial period. I'm wary of what I've shown you there that's maybe not available for free because it's a trial. But as I say, come to paulnicholson.com. I've got a free training program on Zoho CRM for beginners, and in there's a lot of videos on setting certain things up. and I'm always adding things to that. I've got a forum area where you can come in and ask in my forum any questions, and I've got a place where you can just ask me if you want me to do something or you're struggling with something. This what you're looking at here is all Zoho ONE. So this part here is a Zoho ONE desk, online support desk. So if you're a photographer and you've got people that are asking you, can you come and do photos for this, you could just send them to this portal and say, submit a ticket, tell me what you want, and then you can reply to them. You can talk to them live. But come and visit me at paulnicholson.com. I know that got scatty and a runaway, but Zoho CRM is so many things you can do with it. It really is. It blows my mind every day, especially Zoho ONE, when I can interact unbelievably with these people. I can go deeper into contacting people and getting more information and sending emails straight away, whereas this, on the free version, it's not going to track the reply. On Zoho ONE it does. It tracks the reply and you've got every piece of information. So I hope it helped. Check out Zoho ONE. $35 a month for everything. It's unbelievable. I've got another video on Zoho ONE. I'll put a link in the description of how to use Zoho ONE. Hope it helps. I know it gets scatty. I know it runs away. I always start off with the greatest intention, but I think, hopefully you can see you go from a lead to turning them into a contact, to turning them into a customer, to starting a project, to signing off a project, to finding out, customer happiness. Why didn't people use you? Why did people use you? Seeing all the things you've got to do today in one place, and just delivering better value and being more organised for you. So I hope that helped. Leave a comment below. Tell me why you're here. Tell me what you were doing. Ask me any questions. I'll always try and help. Have a great day, guys. Cheers.